What's up, it's me Kevin, just here for my very first 2015 video. I'm so happy. I have tons of stuff I want to talk about today, which include Ant-Man, the first teaser, the poster, the trailer tonight, which is going to be premiering with Agent Carter and also with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And like I said, Agent Carter with Haley Atwell, who we all know is Peggy Carter. I can't wait to see the first series of this. I think it's a 7-part series or something like that, with Agent Carter being they're probably going to be testing the waters with this show. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens with Peggy Carter. I'm very happy that they gave her this show, because I do believe she's kind of a primary secondary character, where yeah, she plays a secondary role, but she's a very primary individual within the MCU, which I'm really happy that I really think she deserved more than that kind of scene that she got in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, where we get to see what happens to her after Cap disappears, and what happens in the future into the 50s, 60s, and 70s and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And I love her, Peggy Carter, and I also love Haley Atwell playing Peggy Carter. It's just so awesome, and it really speaks to that TV shows, movies can be led by female actors and not have to be done down to a secondary role, where obviously we know that Captain Marvel, which is going to be played, I don't know who's playing Captain Marvel yet, but that will be a female-led superhero film with Marvel. So again, that's another thing that's going to be a female-led role in that film. So I'm really happy that it's not all men. Like I get that it's kind of a sexist thing. I'm so pro women. Like I really think that there should be more movies, but I really think Marvel had to test the waters, and I think this is kind of testing the waters, despite they're still doing Captain Marvel, because that's still, I think the Marvel brand on every movie that they make is going to push people into theater to watch their films. So I'm really happy with that, and seeing where Haley Atwell goes, and with future female-led superhero films and films in general. So, and along with that, Ant-Man. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Ant-Man. Ant-Man, the very first poster was so comedic to me. Seeing, the first poster, and there's like a little tiny guy, and it's all white mostly in the poster, and it's Ant-Man. And it's like, it really kind of put a modern twist on an old concept of a guy becoming small, like an ant, and getting bigger and being able to communicate with animals such as ants, or insects, sorry. But it was just a very comedic. I love that poster. It's really awesome to me, just because of the way it looks and what it really translates is that something doesn't have to be big on poster to be successful, where it can actually speak volumes being smaller, because it really proves that they're very creative with each character, making sure they don't just make like a poster Iron Man and then making kind of the same visual kind of look for Thor or Captain America. They're making each character poster very different from the movies. Hope that sounds right. I just mean by Marvel making sure that they make significant differences between the character posters, and not making it kind of the same thing where someone's like sitting, it's a whole epic scene in the poster, where this one's more of a kind of a it's Ant-Man. It's just meant to speak volumes about what the character's gonna be about in a very comedic way, I think. That's kind of where I think on the poster. I really liked it. I can't wait to get cast signed again. Like you all know, I told you before, I collect cast signed posters from Marvel. I get them through a guy through Marvel. I purchase them, kind of thing. And it's really awesome. I can't wait to get that. I also got The Hobbit, like I said, The Hobbit Battle of 5 Armies, and I also got Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, Guardians of the Galaxy, X-Men: Days of Future Past, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I have a couple of them. The only ones that I actually don't carry at all are the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I know I'm totally getting off topic there with saying that, but I have to mention Sony. The reason I don't collect Sony Spider-Man films, because really they don't know what they're doing with that character. Like I really thought Spider-Man 1, Amazing Spider-Man 1 was pretty good. I like that. 2, I liked it, but there were a lot of issues with that film, and I really think Sony doesn't know where they're going with this, because I don't think they have enough properties to make a whole Spider-Man universe. I really don't think. I think they were going to try, and then this whole Sony hack thing happened, I think, and then after that, I think everything went out the window, and that's why we hear now that there was a possible deal between Marvel and Sony to maybe put Andrew Garfield. No, I actually forget that Marvel was never dealing with Andrew Garfield to be Spider-Man. They were gonna like, okay, they're gonna reboot Spider-Man, and then bring him in with Marvel, but Sony would be involved obviously involved in some capacity. But that seems to be all out the window, and really Marvel doesn't need Spider-Man. They really don't. It'd be awesome to see him in there. I'm not saying they wouldn't, but is it a need? It's more of a need, between a need and a want, and they don't need Spider-Man. I'm sure they want him, but they don't need him. They have the Spider-Man character that they need for Civil War, which is going to be Black Panther, who plays that neutral role, who says, I don't know which side to pick. So that's, and like I said, that's primarily why I thought Marvel would really want Spider-Man, and this kind of proves that they did want him, but they weren't willing to pay out the nose for him. And they basically replaced that character of Spider-Man, at least within that storyline of Civil War, with Black Panther instead of Spider-Man. So getting on from that, and then seeing the teaser for Ant-Man, which I really thought was really great. And you know, I actually can't wait to see Evangeline Lilly playing. I forget her name. I know she's known as Wasp Van Doe. I can't remember her name is. I know she plays Wasp really in the comics. We don't know if we'll see her kind of play that character or not. It's gonna be interesting how they translate Wasp into Ant-Man or into the MCU. That character of Wasp. We know that Evangeline Lilly's role character becomes the Wasp. So it's gonna be very interesting what happens with that, and then also seeing with the teaser, you know, really seeing Paul Rudd, seeing Michael Douglas, which is like a veteran a very veteran actor, we all know, and he's an awesome actor, and I really look forward to seeing where they go with the storyline, because I believe, and I could be wrong here, so don't kill me for it, but I believe that Hank Pym was originally the creator, or it was like Scott Lang was, no, I think it was Hank Pym created it, Scott Lang kind of came in and kind of took it from still. I think it was vice versa or something like that, but originally Hank Pym was the creator, but they seem not to be going that way, where really Michael Douglas's character created the suit, and he really, obviously, you can tell he's in his older age where he can't be using it in this way, and then Paul Rudd's character comes in and steals it, but he eventually becomes, you know, he's kind of an anti-hero, where really he's not good bad or bad, he just doesn't, he does what he wants with, he does what he does pretty much without, you know, being good or bad. He just does it. So, and I think that's what his character's like in Ant-Man, in my personal opinion, where eventually he does become a good guy because of what's that other character? I tell you the truth, I'm not as versed in Ant-Man. Like I did some research a little bit, and I know obviously he goes up against another guy who has a suit similar to Ant-Man, which is like is like the Hornet or the Black Jacket or something like that. I seen some concept art of it. It looked kind of like a white racked up weird insect of maybe a hornet. Like it looked like that. So I might have to do more looking at that. But I obviously know what the main plot is. Just like, you know, Scott Lang becomes, I think I'm right here. God, I'm so sorry. I know obviously Paul Rudd's character will become Ant-Man, become the good guy. He fights, and then he'll probably be tied into MCU some way. Like I'm looking to see if Stark Industries is referenced in some way. Like it's really hard not to reference that company, in that kind of tech genre. Like obviously Hank Pym, or you know, anything related with becoming, like creating a suit with technology and all that. That has like smaller, bigger, like in the technology verse. It's really hard to not you know, bring up Stark Industries in some kind of form in a film like that. It's like, oh, we're going up against competition like Iron Man Stark with his suit, so they could bring him, you know, they could reference Stark. I really think they will in some way, but we'll have to see. But I really look forward to seeing what happens with Ant-Man. That, and then I have to mention Peanuts. If you don't know, I mean Peanuts, I mean Charlie Brown. If you don't know Charlie Brown, it's an old kind of cartoon show back from the 90s. They're making a movie on it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. Peanuts movie trailer. It's awesome trailer. I remember watching those little shows with Charlie Brown. I love them. I'm really happy that they're going to be making a movie about it. And after seeing this trailer, it was just heartwarming for me, because I love Charlie Brown. I remember watching those shows a lot. So Charlie Brown and Snoopy, there we go, his name was Snoopy. Watching Snoopy, do his thing. And in this trailer, he's kind of obviously pretend flying his doghouse, which is like, it pretty much calls back to when, it shows to when he, again, the cartoon, he does something very similar to that, where it's kind of a comedic scene where he believes he's flying his doghouse around. So it was pretty awesome. I'm trying to be the best, explaining that, but if you don't know, you don't get enough of it, please look on YouTube. Peanuts movie trailer. It's awesome. It's really awesome. I loved it. But yeah, it's just with everything that's happened today with Sony Hack and ANTMAN, like, it's just so much going. I'm hoping Sony can get their act together. Like, I really have no confidence in them anymore, because just like Warner's, at least Warner's is showing that they got balls, because at least they've stacked up, like, they've already showed that they will be doing more DC films, obviously, like Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad. They showed out a whole slate of films, and they practically said, like, either we're gonna do this, do or die situation, because they like, that's the biggest problem with studio companies, that they hesitate for way too long, and Sony's practically in that stage where they're hesitating. They have no plan, because they had never planned ahead of the next film. Like, they probably had some kind of rough look at it, but they've never had a look at it, where Marvel has. Like, since the very first film, they've probably set out at least some kind of lookout for the next 10 years of films, and that's what they built out. You gotta build the foundation before you ever start looking at franchises, because if you really don't look at that, then you're really stupid, because don't start looking at franchises unless you've built the foundation for each film to tie into another properly, like the Avengers has and all the Marvel films have. With Warner's, I give them credit, a lot of credit, because it does take obviously a lot of money. It's not my money, it's their money, and they end up having to chop it up, bring it up when they are going to be making these films, like Batman vs Superman, Justice League, Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, another Fantastic Beasts, where to find them. Like, they've pretty much laid out their entire slate up at 2020, and that shows a lot of balls, and I give them a lot of credit for that. Any studio that does that, it's like, we do have a plan. We don't just like have a bunch of rumors of what we are doing or not. And it's really bad, because that shows no confidence when their employees are giving off rumors saying Warner's does not know what they're doing. And at this point, they know what they're doing. Marvel knows what they're doing. Sony is up in the air pretty much at this point, and I wish they would just give up Spidey altogether. They probably won't. I would be happy if they made a deal, like like leaked emails came out that they were in plans to make a deal with Marvel to bring Spider-Man into the MCU, but whether that's gonna happen or not, we'll have to see. Yeah, it's just everything's up on the air. And ANTMAN is awesome, and I'm looking. Also, I have to mention the second brand new Avengers: Age of Ultron trailer is due to come out, I believe today. Today or the 12th of January. Marvel announced that they're going to be bringing a whole new trailer for the Avengers: Age of Ultron. So I'm really looking forward to that. Look for it on YouTube. But yeah, I think that's about it, guys. I just want to give my own personal opinions on things that have been happening lately since I haven't been able to make videos, but today I obviously did, so I'm really happy that I was able to express my views about about ANTMAN, Warner, Sony, all this crazy fun stuff to talk about when it comes to comics and superheroes and movies. So yeah, if you like I said, what's I gonna say? Like, if you haven't seen Peanuts, please see the trailer. It's really awesome. And yeah, watch out for Sony, see what happens with them. I'm looking forward. We are looking to see if Warner's will bring out a trailer for Batman vs Superman at some point in this year. They probably will bring a teaser out halfway through the summer, maybe at Comic-Con possibly. That and the Avengers: Age of Ultron trailer, which should be out in a few days. I believe it's the 12th or today that they're supposed to be bringing out brand new trailers. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. My personal expressions doesn't make me right or wrong. I just express my personal opinions, and that's it, and I'll let you judge. So I should have another video up in a bit. Probably like I say, I try to get a video up every week. At some point, if I don't, then I end up posting something on my Google account saying, this is happening. But I got some awesome stuff to show you through my Google accounts. Sorry. But thanks a lot, guys, for watching, and watch out for my next video. And as always, peace out.